Well, this is what really is all about. Yes, it's going to be about cash flow or equity appreciation. Those are the main two reasons you're going to buy a multifamily for. All the other ones are good, but then it's a twist. You need to already be in the business. Today, this is what you want. And why we want to separate those two? Because they don't go together. You cannot buy. You're going to be very lucky if the first one we buy is going to have a lot of equity. So the owner is selling us, giving us the wrong price, and also has a lot of cash flow. Then I will ask myself, why is he selling? So we cannot expect to find what we're not going to be able to find. It's like either you choose now cash flow or equity. And why it's important to define this? Because, okay, if I'm in the need today to make money, then you're going to go to cash flow. But if you can not need cash flow, and we'll figure out with the numbers what that means, and you're going to buy to sell and make money on the sell, that's, you have different projects. So you're going to pick up a multifamily depending on these two things, but they cannot be, I mean, it's very unlikely that they are together. So when you put in a paper, say, okay, I'm going to buy to sell and make a lot of money in 1 year or 2 years or even 3 years, or I'm going to buy for cash flow. And now remember, we're talking about one now to do it this month. After we know the reason to invest, now you have to have a plan. And that's the part that, I mean, even if you have to tell yourself, well, I don't know what I'm doing, okay, but at least know that you don't know what you're doing. But like, you cannot say you're going to buy $1 million asset, you're going to make a multifamily investment if you didn't set a plan to do it. And that's why we're finding out that it's so hard for some people to buy the first unit, and more, I will say, to buy it right. You can buy wrong all the time. If you pay the wrong price, you can buy one tomorrow. But we're talking about buy it right. You need to have a plan. The plan, again, we choose cash flow, then we're going to look for properties that is going to give me money. We're going to choose for equity. We need properties. If you choose equity, give me an example. Anybody that wants to participate, want to be awake today, you can drink coffee. If you want equity, appreciation, what property should I buy? Should I buy a class A top building? Should I buy a need to rehab building?
Yeah, I need to rehab.
I need to rehab. And that's a very simple to answer, but my question to all of you, okay? Do you have a team to rehab a building? Do you have a team even to quote how much it will cost me? And that we go to Javier. It's like he's been in the business longer than I've been with multifamilies. And you can, I mean, to evaluate, to put a price for the repairs. I mean, I don't know an investor that can do it. Yeah, and a good investor has a team. And the guy that does the repairs, the guy that the GC that does the repair is not the guy that analyzes numbers. It's not the guy that does the loan. It's not the guy that does the title. And that, I think, myself, is one of the major steps you need to go over if you are going to buy on your own, because that's what we're pursuing here. You can buy on your own, you can buy with us, whatever you want to achieve. But there's no way, unless you are in construction, that you're going to go. It will be like, okay, let's compare to buy a car. You go to a subasta or auction, an auction to buy a car, and you're totally gambling. You didn't open that engine. You don't know if the engine even starts. That's the same thing some people is doing with multifamilies by buying a multifamily without being a mechanic. And it shocks me. It shocks me how people buy multifamilies without understanding the business. Or smart people like you that are here today and go to a network and start learning, it will take you a long time to achieve that knowledge to do it. Because now you know you don't know. Now you know you need to know more, so you cannot do it. And that's when that I know that. Why? Because it happened to me. I couldn't buy for 3 years. I was analyzing. But I come from a background of realtors. I come from a background of residential, which is we don't have to analyze so much to buy and sell. And I did flippings. Till one day I joined a team, and the team had the GC, had the person that can tell me, okay, you need $150,000 to repair this. You need 250, and he cannot make a mistake. He makes a mistake, you are going to lose your money. So that person is very special as a member. And I don't know if you have one already or you know someone, but to know someone that is going to give you a service for a price is not to know a GC that is your partner. I know some of you already talked to me, so I went over this, but it's important because it's going to happen to you. You go to a network, you meet the general contractor. No, yes, let's do it. You go to three properties, you make him work. You don't buy none of them. You no longer have a GC. He charged me $250 an hour minimum to do a quote, to go to a place, to see the place. So he cannot be there for you just to analyze properties that we're going to analyze 10 and send one offer and probably 100 to get 5 deals. He cannot go with you to see all those deals. So you have to have a plan. What I mean by the plan, yes, you can buy the deal and then you do the due diligence. I mean, no, sorry, buy no, put it under contract.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what we want you to be fair to yourself, to your time, is like, be sure you want to do this business and be serious about it, because it is very, what you say, you can make a lot of money, but you have to work. You have to work for it.
Do they have any comments?
Yes, guys, we need to talk today. Who wants to have a comment? Hattie, that you know so much experience, has so much experience about USA and Miami. What do you think about buying a multifamily, Hattie?
Well, I'm very excited to do it, but I don't have much experience with it, which is why I'm looking forward to benefit from you guys' experience in order to leverage that knowledge.
Yeah, but you did something, Hattie. You invest money before even hardly know me. I mean, you did a lot. You put commitment. For us, you put commitment because you did an investment already with us.
I put my trust in you, and that's why it's my first step in building trust to go to the next step, which is doing something bigger, which is getting multifamily.
Good. We appreciate that, okay. And we'll be there for.
That's smart. That's smart. Anybody else?
Be shy, guys. You learn by, like I said before, by being in the group, Okay, this is another part that, okay, you are only step 3, and now we're talking about putting an offer, buying. I'm not, you will see today we're buying. So all you have to do is talk to a guy, somebody, get the deal and buy. You need to send an offer. Before you send an offer, you probably you have done this already. Get pre-approved, get a loan. And no, we're not talking about getting a loan. We're talking about what money do you need to buy a house, a multifamily, or how are you going to get the money? If you didn't think about this, you didn't think about buying. It's like a wishful thinking. Somehow you're going to have to pay for that. So you need to know what you can buy with what you have, or you need to know what you need to do to have what you need to buy. If that makes sense. It's like going with an illness to a doctor and without analyzing, without telling what you have to do, thinking I'm going to have an operation. Operation of what? How? When? I mean, you have to. This is why today we're very aggressive. Some of you, maybe it's the first time I didn't see before, but we're about, you need to take the step to buy. looking properties, analyzing numbers, talking to people, going to a network and say, I'm here so you can help me, I want to buy, that's a wishful thinking. If you didn't sit down with somebody that can financially see where you are, then you're not really thinking of buying, you're wishing of buying. And it's okay to say, I don't have money. It's okay to say, I don't have credit. Then now you know you need to have somebody that has capital. So that's what we're talking about doing a loan. Don't only look for the deal, you need to also look for somebody that has capital. You need a partner to partner with. There's always a way to do it if you want to do it.
So I remember that you guys had mentioned in one of our meetings, we discussed that you can be part of a deal by structuring the loan and bringing the opportunity to the investors and bringing the investors the opportunity, and you take a piece of that.
That's one option. Yeah.
That's what I don't have capital. So that's what I'm interested in doing. Like that would be my avenue to try to be
That's a value option. You need to just, bring something that the other people see value. So, yeah.
You need to have, in this group, when you say you're going to buy one, you cannot, that's why we say we're not a class. We don't teach, we don't sell anything. So you need to bring something to buy. And to buy, like you just said, you can structure the loan, you can bring the deal, you can show us somebody that has money and we talk to that person that has money and we help you to invest. You still will be part of the equity in the deal. You need to do something to get our money back. So let me Manulani. Yeah, Manulani. Tell me again your word, because I lost you when you said you want to do the loan, or you want
to bring the deal to be part of the group.
Okay. That's perfect. That's perfect. We already talked this in other Zooms, but what is more important, the capital of the deal? And I tell you, I don't know, Javier, the deal brings capital. The capital doesn't bring the deal. So also, without the capital, you cannot do the deal. But the deal will bring you people like us, that we know so many people that is willing to participate with money. If you bring them a good deal, we'll fund you capital. If we can have a deal. If we have a deal, we'll find capital to do it. You don't have to have the capital.
But the major issue usually when you bring a deal is that you need to have already some track record that you know what you're talking about. So that's why you need to already go with someone who can show you the ropes. And, if we're talking about 5, 10, 15 doors, you go to someone and say, listen, I got this deal because of XYZ. This is the way that it looks, blah, blah, blah. And this is the right partner because you're already in the group, in that kind of place. You're talking to a residential investor. You say, no, 15 doors, I don't care. I don't want it. Or you talk to the right guy, but it said, how do you know this is a good deal? This is my opinion. I haven't done, 20 doors for a long time. So that's why I'm saying that, yes, you can bring the deal, but also you need to start meeting, connecting with the right group. So just,
Yeah, because I tell you, you know what is a wholesaler? You're going to get, I love that sentence when somebody tell me, okay, great, I want to invest, send me a list. A list of what? When somebody comes to me and say, I have a deal, and they give me an address and they give me a price and they give me apartments, I said, that's not a deal. You have information. Make it a deal, what Javier is saying. Put it in somehow in a calculator. Show me you did some analysis before showing it to you, and show me why it's a good deal. And that's something that knowledge, you want to have it, because even if you don't buy that deal, when somebody bring you a deal, when you have the capital, you're going to know to understand if the deal is good or not. So that's basic. That's the best free information you can learn and have, and you can do all the time. Analyze deals and learn if it's good or not, or learn how to make it good. Because either you're buying the deal or you're analyzing the deal for somebody that's going to put capital. And so you need to know when a deal is good or not. And that's free. Yes, analyze deals. But when you come to us, that's why we gave you this choice today. Okay, you did the deal, you think it's good or not, and find out why. Why? I can tell you, I burned many of my hours in the morning analyzing deals, many, over 50 minimums before I bought my first multifamily. And it was frustrated because by the time sometimes I got a good deal, they were sold. Yeah, because I was new and I was slow. This is key, choosing the right person. And that's mainly because we know there's a lot of new people today. And I love when people say, no, I have a real estate agent that he sent me things. And I cannot stress out what that means. It's like realtors, most of the realtors, they are not investors. You need to find an investor-driven realtor. You need to have a realtor that can explain you the numbers. You want to learn. Now you first you did due diligence, so now you know how to when they talk to you about numbers. But if a realtor shows you pictures and a price and an address, what is that? I mean, that's how you sell houses. That's how you do a rent. No, that's not how you sell advice for an investment. So at least be very smart looking for realtors that do investments. They love to sell. It's amazing. They can find you the best deal and they're so smart. They explain to you, but they have a different chip here and they don't want to buy it. They want to give it to you because they love the commission they make. I know that. I was there. I sold so many houses and I sold them for the commission. So, but find a realtor that sells multifamilies. Find a realtor that understands how to give you a house as an investment. Tell him, what are my expenses? What is my rent? What am I going to get? What I'm going to keep? What I can sell it for in 2 years? If not, you're talking to the wrong realtor or the wrong wholesaler. If you're going to deal with wholesalers that just send you lists, well then, why even care to look at that list? You're going to do all the work. And I tell you, those properties are in that list because nobody's buying it for that price. That's why they're still in that list. So wholesalers they can make you lose a lot of time because their job is not to analyze properties. They're doing what they have to do. They put a property under contract, they have the right to sell it, and they're selling it. They never told you they're going to find a deal for you because you're not paying them for that. So eliminate wasting a lot of time and understand who you're going to buy with. Why are you going to look about these properties? If not, it's the same that you look on your own. But remember, this is why we start this conversation today as about an offer, because it's two different worlds, to look for deals or to send offers and buy a deal. And I think it's a lot to do both on the first time, looking for deals and knowing how to do the process of buying one. So I believe you want to do first, before looking for deals, learn the process, do the process with someone. That's our belief, our BS, belief system, is buy one property with us. I think we're one of the few people that tell you, buy one property with us. And people are like, why? Why? Because then you buy and we all make money. If you want to do it on your own, it will take you an year to do it. Maybe not, but it will take you time. Submitting an offer. If you don't think about what is going to happen, you didn't even think about doing it, you need to submit an offer. Why you need to submit an offer? Well, you need to know that the price is right. That's what we want you to start doing now. Now you need to analyzing 10 properties minimum per week. You need to know what escrow period means. That's when you have a good partner, a good realtor, a good agent that is working with you. Because now you're going to have to learn how is the process of the offer. Even people that bought houses, they never learn the process. They just pay there, went there, and they have a key. But you ask them what happened in between, and hopefully because they had a great process of buying a house, They didn't learn anything. You don't learn when there's no mistakes. There is an escrow period. You put money for that house. I don't know if anybody don't know what is an escrow period, but usually they tell you, you have 10 days, 7 days. Commercially, you have more, but let's say average 10 days for you to say, I want the offer or not. If you pass those 10 days and you say no, your money is gone. It belongs to the owner. And that's when you need to learn how to do these 3 things, because now you're in the offer, you're buying. And whatever money you put that is going to be substantial money, $20,000, $50,000, it depends if you're going to pursue the offer. And depending how you do that contract, you can still, let's say, get out if there is something wrong or not. Because there is physical contingency, there is appraisal contingency, there is a loan contingency. At least who can help me with what means loan contingency? If you did a purchase, you did bought something.
The time you have to get a commitment on your loan.
Correct. Kind of like that in a way. The only really, I'm going to stick. Javier is a corporate person. I'm the street person. So I'm going to talk street English today. As you can, I think you know, it's not my first language. I've only been living 35 years in this country. But really what we mean as loan is contingency. Okay, if you say you're buying this property with a loan and you put the right contract together, if you don't get the loan for any reason, the multifamily doesn't appreciate or the interest was too high, whatever happened, you can say, sorry, owner, I'm not buying. And you don't lose the deposit. Right. Even if you took 3 months to say, no, I cannot buy, you're fine. The owner knows what you were doing. You were trying to get the loan. You couldn't get the loan. You're out and everybody's still friends. That's important. That's very similar to what I say, appraisal contingency. It's appraisal contingency. Appraisal means if you don't get the value of what you are buying, owner, I don't have to buy. Look, it doesn't appreciate. So you have the right to cancel the contract. And I love physical contingency. That's not very easy to understand unless you did it before. But everybody thinks that the price is what makes an offer strong. And could be. But I can tell you, in many options, it's not only the price. Can you follow one? Anybody can help me with why I would say, like, how can I put an offer better than just putting more price? If you're selling a property, it's a bit damaged. How can I get the offer and not being the best price?
Fast closing.
Yes.
Fast closing or cash.
Yes, but really what you're saying there is like, I don't care what condition the house is. So yes, in no loan, I'm going to pay cash. So I'm going to buy it. That will be eliminating the appraisal and the loan contingency. But yes, physical, I will say, if you put an offer and says, look, I'm going to buy, you're asking like this property we're looking at 620 and somebody put 620 and somebody else put 590, no inspection time, no appraisal contingency, no loan contingency, even if that's saving cash, that's a very strong offer. So I'm keeping your down payment and you are losing your down payment. You're saying, I'm going to buy this property. I want to be the best offer. I'm not willing to pay what you're asking, but I'm telling you, I don't care that it's empty, that is damaged, what condition it is. I don't have a way out. I'm going to buy this property. My only way out is buy or lose my deposit. That makes your offer very strong.
Yeah, but why would you waive an inspection period? Like, even if it's a 3-day inspection period, but you know, it gives you some wiggle room to get out.
I know, but this is what you wanted to be. I mean, well, look, we're buying a good deal. When you go for a nice deal for an open, it's going to be 10 offers.
Yeah.
You go there with your GCI, with your manager guy, and you do an optical inspection. Say, we can buy this for this, and we can make money. And that's how you can do it. And that's why I said that how important it is to have the team. Yeah. The last, probably, I mean, My last 3 properties we bought, we didn't do an inspection. The property was too damaged to have do an inspection. It was not worth it to spend $1,500. We already knew what we were getting into. So we didn't need inspection time, but that made our offer strong.
Can I say something?
Today.
In this stage also, I hear or I remember that when you go to larger size opportunities, a lot of people will come asking me or saying, oh, they're asking me for approval of funds. And that's exactly what it comes back to what we are trying to do in the meetup and here. The only way that you will go and avoid those kind of hurdles, kind of the constraints to get into the game because they don't know you, because you don't know the right people, because all these things that when you're a newbie, is that once they know you, there's no proof of funds. They know who you are, that people knows you, they know that you can close, because like what Luis was saying, hey, this guy is trying to say that he's going to close in 24 hours, $5 million. I don't know this guy. And I want to make my piece. Let's say the broker or the commercial broker. So may go to the second one. Oh, this guy, he's going to pay $1 million less, but he is well known across the MSA or the state. Hey, let's give it to the second guy. And it happened many times to me that we were not the number one, but we were runner-ups, and we got better treatment and more opportunity to win the deal because of those kind of things, So that's something important in this stage also.
Yeah, and that's the part also. All this is about negotiation. And so imagine you still have to learn the numbers. You need to come out with the capital. Now you also need to know negotiation. So that's what we say: partner up with an experienced team. This one, we just talk about that. And yes, another thing that you need to remember, because let's say you're so lucky that you find the deal, we buy the deal, we close the deal. Now you need to manage that deal. So also figure out how you're going to do, because in 30 days, you own a property, you have 4 places, you have 4 tenants, you have 4 leases, you have assets management, you have to pay bills, you have to pay taxes, pay things. So don't forget about that. We're not going to talk about that this here, because that's it's administration. It's easy to do. I think that's the easiest part, but still you need to know how to do it. I learned very long time ago in accounting in Uruguay, first class. It doesn't matter how good the business is. If you manage it wrong, you're going to screw up. And you need to learn a bit how to manage the buildings. How to, we're not going to talk about it. That's another soon we talk about management. Let's buy a unit. Let's buy a unit. Why? Because of this. This is why it's so beautiful to buy a unit. The unit, they never go down in price. Stocks go down, disappear, companies disappear. Real estate doesn't disappear. What you did. Where? You're still seeing the screen? Anyone? Let me know. Huh? Okay, that's okay. New share. New share. Anyone want to share this one? Because I'm going to open let's go directly to the page. Let's go to the calculator, and hopefully all of you did the homework. You don't know how upset we get if people show up to assume and they didn't do numbers. Because if you didn't do anything, you're not going to learn anything. I sent a pyramid today. I think it's here. Let me see if I can show it to you. Nah, no. No. No, that doesn't. Okay, guys, this is very real, very, very real. You can read books, you can watch webinars, you can do things. We are today at this level, at least. You're in a discussion group. Now, the next step is do something. Participate, practice. That's when you learn. And believe it or not, yes, teaching is when you learn. That's why we do it. You learn teaching, but you learn doing it. The only way to learn is 75 and up. You need to be part of the doing process. If not, the learning is very, very slow. And we don't have time. Yes, we have time, but I think everybody wants to make money today. So let's go back to 9 minutes. No, that's not. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. So, yes, so. Okay, that's one of the. I mean, it doesn't matter how you put the layout of the calculator. All the calculators, they have the same information. If they don't have this information, then you're missing information. But at least you need to have this information. I like to see, at least we're seeing people today. Okay, I want to see the people. What happened? Say what makes me think anyway. Okay. That makes sense. So yes, I just wanted to keep on seeing you at least. Tell it very hard to do.
Let me help you with
Yeah. So guys, this is the calculator. This is very important that now you unmute yourself and you say something about it. We should even go one by one and you guys say something about it. I mean, remember, when we start today, we say either cash flow or equity. So the equity will come later. I put the rent roll first because if your deal doesn't cash out today, you should be very careful about it. Cash out means cash flow, no cash out. So you need to learn, you need to know the first thing we do in this calculator, you all guys should have it. Anybody need it, just ask me, I will send it to you. Javier will send it to you. But first part is rent roll. You need to put this. Sometimes you want to put what is getting today. I tell you one mistake that I did in the past, don't do it. It's not about, man, it's not about what did you get today? Because we're in this business, value added is what we're buying now. It's because of the market. Another day I tell you, can ask me that. So I'm not going to be the cheapest rent in the neighborhood. I'm not going to be the middle. I'm going to be the top rent in the neighborhood. We're going in business to go best to best. So it happened to me when I was analyzing deals. I wanted to be safe because I didn't know what I was doing. So I went to the middle price. Okay, at least this is average. This is average. No, then the numbers, they never make sense and you never buy. I'm not saying this is the best way to go about it, but this is the way we approach it because we're going to go in and we're going to put a property like new. You can come to see any of our properties. We put the best floor, I mean, price-wise, no, the best floor, the best bathroom, top windows, new roof. We do a new place. Why do I want to be just an average house and get average rent and get average tenants? No, I go into a neighborhood and I will be the best house in the neighborhood. Second to this best house in the neighborhood. Then you get the best rent. But not only the best rent, you get the best tenant. That's key. We have done many rentals. Somebody knows me, I do more, in 2 years probably we did more than 2,000 rentals. I know tenants. I mean, when the tenant doesn't care where he's going to live, he doesn't care how he's going to pay you. So we like good places, blue collar neighborhoods, and good houses. The way you use this calculator, after you go to this, you go to work. Should put it here. Second, let's put a second. Work. And work is where you enter the numbers. You enter the numbers that are in blue. Hopefully you get calculators that numbers are locked. If not, you will scrap the calculator. So they were asking this much for this price, no? For this property. I don't know if I put the price that we're asking. So yes, as we said before, price very important. We're dealing with experienced people, so you're going to have to put only a 20% down payment. Don't expect this in your first deal.
Right.
They're going to ask you today even 35%. You didn't buy before, you don't know you, I don't know you, don't matter the bank, they're going to ask you 35%.
And the issue that the experience also goes by area. You can have done a lot of things in the Carolinas, Georgia, but you come here to Dade County or Broward, and maybe the guy said, you know, you don't have experience in this market. So that's also, again, something very important to understand that, you know, once you know that you have all the ducks in a row, that you are ready to do this thing, there are things that we need to make sure that we know before we jump in. So, again, I think I'm 100% what Louis is saying, but again, be very clear what are the hurdles that you need to go through when we are talking about these things. Just not the number crunching or, you know, the visiting, driving by kind of thing. There are a lot of other things, and that's why you need a team.
Okay, this is, you need to learn some languages. There's some books, very good books out there asking for books, but you always need to know what is loan to value. And this is what I mean. Loan to value, we're going to say 20% loan to value, 20% loan to value, or 80%. So, but this, how much that money down payment? What is the loan? The loan is going to be 80%. So 495 is the loan. Interest rate, this is a very tricky part of the calculator. Probably confuse a lot of you, because this calculator was meant to have an amortizable loan. The loan, what you always think is a loan, but because we're buying value added properties, and I was sitting with somebody today from a bank and told me, why are you doing that? I mean, when you use what they call hard money, bridge loan, the interest is a bit higher. So this is important. If anybody doesn't know what is a bridge loan or hard money, or why do I need to use private lending? Because I'm buying properties that are in distress. Or there's another reason, but does anybody need more explanation why we need hard money or private money or bridge loan or one of these type of loans? Anybody want to comment or ask anything about those type of loans? You don't ask, you don't learn. And if you ask, you have a lot of people that didn't want to ask because they're shy. Elaine, what is a private money loan? Please help us.
Hello, what was your question?
What is a private money loan? What is a bridge loan? What characteristic has?
Private loan. It's a private lender. Usually they have higher interest rates. They expect a higher down payment, minimum 20%, sometimes 30%. And a bridge loan is, I believe, primarily used when you're rehabbing a place.
Exactly. Well, that's what I want to get about. Sorry, I want to interrupt you, but I want to say, well, when we say, why do we use this? It's like, why do we use a hard money loan? And you kind of like just said, or you say all the bad parts, but there's a good part too. What is the good part about bridge loans or hard money loans or private lenders? What is the good part about it?
The loan is, one, that get faster approvals, and two, it's based on the property.
Exactly. I mean, both are good, very good answer, but the fast approval, that's key. I mean, I was today, again, I tell you, with a financial person that told me I was wrong by doing this type of loan. You can do a SBA loan, you can do this. I told him, can you close in 20 days? No way. Well, these deals, they disappear. The good deals, they disappear. Small deals that we're buying $1 million, they disappear in a week. You don't put an offer and you don't close in less than 30 days, you are out. So when you mention that, yes, you can close fast, yes. And fast means less questions, less paperwork, less things to prove about yourself, about your financial situation, because it's all about the property. And yes, you can decrease the down payment and you can decrease the interest rate when you have the experience, like Javier was saying. When we have experience and you prove track records, you decrease both the down payment and the interest. But the key for me is they don't ask me if there is tenants, they don't ask me for a rent roll. They just want to know that the property will appreciate a value and they give you the loan and you can close in 30 days. And it's cash, like cash. You can say it's cash if you know the lender. Now, if you don't pay cash, then you lose your deposit. But that's another thing.
I got a question. So
Yes.
if these loans are usually interest only, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And usually those are interest only for how long? 3 years, 5 years, I believe. Or
No, because not even that, you don't get be so lucky. These people, they don't trust you so much. They do 1 year loans. The 1 year, maybe sometimes 15 months, 1 year and a half the most. They don't do long-term loans.
So that's my
loan
question.
average 1 year. So yes, interest only 1 year is due.
Okay, and then what happens? Refinance it and
Refinance it is a fair option if you didn't sell it.
okay, so you guys, the plan is to sell it within a year? What's the time frame to flip it?
Well, really, each case is different. Each case is different. We always plan to sell in after 12 months, so you don't get hit with taxes. You get on against tax gains, which is 15%, so you pay 10% less, and you give more time to stabilize the rents, and you have good tenants. So we always say our target is sell at 12 months. Can you market before? Yes, but you want to sell after 12 months, so you get taxes less.
So another question, are these the type of properties that you're looking for are mostly distressed properties? So that they're
Yes.
vacated. So
Well,
you can
it
just
doesn't need to be vacated, but it has to. Let me, Steve. Steve. What?
Seve,
Sorry, Seve. It's like, no, we're looking for good deals, and a good deal should be a motivated seller. So a motivated seller usually has an stressed property, unless you want to leave USA. I mean, if you have a beautiful car that runs perfect, why would you sell it? If you have a beautiful multifamily that has beautiful tenants that pay on time, nothing breaks, why in the world will sell that? So he's not going to give you a good price. He's going to give you a fair market price. So yes, no, we don't look for stressed properties. They are a mess, but usually that's the only way we can get good deals.
Yeah, no, I get that. The reason why I was thinking is like, I mean, if it's a year only and there's leases in place, you gotta respect those leases and you gotta wait for each individual tenant to leave so you can jump in and have a team to fix it and renovate it. Right?
Yes, you have to. I mean, in Florida today, you need to give tenants 60 days before even the lease is up, or 60 days before, sorry, to change things. But yes, when you buy with tenants, you need to respect those leases. There's always a way to buy them out, but you can tell somebody, look, I give you back 2 months if you leave now. So there's always a way if there is a need. Sometimes the deal is a large deal, and for us it's great that it's occupied, because we empty one floor, we fix that floor, but we still get the rents on the other one. So you want sometimes tenants. Tenants are good. They pay you even when you are rebuilding the building.
Yeah, no,
That
my
really
reason
depends on
is
each deal.
because of this of selling it in a year, so it might not be enough time to have the lease end and then jump in and fix it and then bump the rent and then sell it, for the timing.
Yes, I mean that's that we have to play. When you buy, even if you bought in January, I mean, somebody just moved in January, he still need to move by December. So let's say at
Yeah.
least don't expect somebody that just moving in December. They
Yeah.
always, I mean, at least what I remember, you always has a couple of months before the year that you have time to go in and renew the unit, because that's the key. Remember, we want to renew the unit, get a higher rent, so we stabilize at higher rent price, so you get more for your property. So yes, we want the tenant out, but more not because we want the tenant out. We want to have the best property possible with the best rent possible.
Yeah.
But
One last question, and it's on the other side. What do you guys think is the best way to find deals? Like,
okay,
the
that's a
top
very good question,
three
but
things?
let's keep it to the end. Say, let's go. Let me finish this calculator,
Okay.
and then we'll go to that
And by
question.
the way, thank you guys for doing this. This is awesome, man. I find a lot of value in what you're doing here, and really thank you for that.
No,
Really
Thank you,
appreciate
thank
it.
you,
Thank you for
thank you,
attending.
thank you for being here. But
Hi.
let's see.
Hi,
Yes,
can you send this calculator on our Zoom site so we can store it or use it?
yes, we'll send it right away. Right away,
Thank
no, I cannot do it now because I would have to change it. But as soon as the meeting is over, I send it to you. You should have it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Then let's go back to finish the calculator. Because I don't know how we start talking about blah blah blah. So then you, as I said before, this was thought about amortizable loan. So I'm giving you today. I tell you, the rates I got this month, they're higher than this. We're looking now right now into 11%. We used to get 9% last year. Right now, I should change this calculator really to 11%. The last quote I got this week was 11% for a private money. Does somebody know somebody that gives you better? Talk to me. This is, and then you go to these expenses, and of course there is a OPM, operator memorandum. The owner will send you this. This is where you need to do you due diligences. You need to, these numbers, you need to put these numbers in. They can give you information, but you need to put these numbers in.
And this depends a lot on the size of the deal.
Yes. Insurance, that's like the magic world. People, I mean, they've been asking me lately, okay, how do I calculate the insurance? Well, it's not a calculator for insurance. You need to have a good insurance guy and get a quote. More now that the insurance just changed 20%. So you cannot even assume that whatever he was paid last year, you're going to get the same rate. No. And it, of course, depends on location and depends on type of insurance and the rate of, so this, you need to have this is easier. The guy doesn't need to go to see property. So you get a good insurance guy who will give you a quote. It's an estimate you're going to get. Maintenance. Maintenance is something also you need to work a lot, but not the first year. Even this is high here. I will even put 1% because you are repairing all the units. So there should be zero maintenance. Only a light bulb can go out. You're putting new appliances, all under warranty. You're putting new toilets, new doors sometimes. So everything's new. This year, we're not doing any maintenance. So yes, the first couple of years, you will be low here. Property management. This is a nice area. It doesn't matter if you tell me I'm going to manage the property, great, but your money, your time has value. So we always want to put the property management is, yes, easily between 8 to 10% or more. The first year is a lot of property management. You need to evacuate tenants, you need to put tenants in, you need to direct the people painting. So there's a lot of work. So if you're doing a deal with us, yeah, we'll put a budget of 10% minimum. Yeah, 10% minimum for property management on the first year. And sometimes you need to discuss the rate, because if the property is empty, oops, you don't get anything to manage the property. So, but at least this, you can play with a number when you're buying for yourself, because it's you, but you need to put a cost, because hopefully you grow into 1, 2, 3 houses, you're not going to go for 30 rents a month. You want to have that budget in. So whenever you can hire a property manager or property management company, you already have a budget for. it doesn't hurt you so much, your payments. Utilities, it depends on each deal. This deal has 2 meters, so the tenants are paying water, are paying light. There's 0 utilities, and it's a small deal. This is it's a duplex, so you don't have external light or this. In other type of deals, you're going to think what is a common expense for the building. That's it's going to be even the tenants pay all their utilities. You still might have to pay external utilities like cutting grass or things like that.
Yep.
The trash, I mean the tenant will be with the taxes. Reserves, that's another subject. Depending on the property, you're going to have to think about reserves. Not now, you just put all these brand new. First 3 years, you're fine. HOA, you're not to have, that's when you have a big building. Taxes, another main factor because of the amount that has to it. There is, if you know, there's the Miami-Dade website, the Broward website, you have an estimate calculator taxes. Go with that, but that's really, it's giving you help because it's always higher than reality, which is good. It's the only thing that we're not lying to ourselves. That tell you, all my experience, those are higher. Sometimes you can fight it back, but at least you're not going to put lower. Where you don't want to go is low in expenses. So always think the worst, or at least close to the top, not to say the worst. This property, this is even high. It needs only $50,000 repair. It was like $40,000 repairs only. That's something that you had to work with your GCI, and he's the one who's going to do the repairs. Acquisition fee, that's when you're dealing with partners like us. Yes, there's going to be an acquisition fee, could be because we're buying the property. So on this deal, if you're going, let's say you're thinking for yourself, okay, let's take it out. Because we're thinking about you are buying the property. When you want to partner with us, let's talk later. Down payment came from the top. And yes, closing costs, there's going to be closing costs, so be fair to yourself. We always think 2% buying, 1% selling. So we are closing costs.
Could be more.
Mm-hmm. So that will be this side of the area. Now we go to pro forma, because I don't want you to see 5 years in a row. It's beautiful to see them, but it's too many numbers, you get confused. So we go to pro forma. I like simple, keep it. Tell you, my first best teacher in America, in Michigan University, told me, you want to speak English? Keep it simple, make it clear. I couldn't get the clear part yet, but I try always to make it simple. I like to see the few things I see easier for me to understand. That's why we create this pro forma, which is just feeding information from work. You can always go back to work to see projections of 5 years, but now let's think now if you want to buy or not. So that's when you come to this side. That's when we play with the beautiful names and numbers. Income, expenses. If Javier can help me, I don't know. Always they say your expenses need those fantastic statistics.
Yeah, but again, this is a small property. 37% sounds like low, but you know, again, this is a quad, so it might be the case.
But they say always have to be under 40.
Well, no, you can be more.
Yeah.
Because usually, for instance, right now, this is because it's a rehab and it's a quick turnover. When you are really maintaining the property for the long run, you need to have a higher expenses, mainly because of the reserve. There might things that happen, hurricane hit, especially here, something is not in your plan and you don't want to go and get money out of your own bank account. So when you get into the deal, you always need, like Luis was saying, going with the idea that something bad might happen. And if not, it's even better.
Net operating income, learn that. Is that simple? Is income minus expenses. But when you talk to commercial broker, when you talk to a commercial realtor or a wholesaler, he's going to say NOI. NOI. You need to understand that NOI is operating income only. The debt service is not there. The mortgage is not there. So you're not making $34,000 yet. That only if you pay cash. So then we put the interest and we get the cash flow per year. What do we see here? Nestor, Ezra, what do we see there? What is our cash flow?
That's
Negative.
Doesn't look good. It's negative,
It's negative
15,000 negative.
only. It's a good deal. So now, what should we do right away here if we see something negative? Arturo, you've been too quiet for today. What do we do?
I would say make a offer where the numbers make sense, so the offer
Yeah.
is less than the price that they're asking.
That's the only key I tell you. By experience, these expenses are okay. I don't think we can lower nothing here because that's the only way you can make more money is like lowering expenses. I wouldn't touch these numbers. Numbers are right, too conservative. In fact, a bit too positive because like Javier was saying, no reserve, nothing. So we cannot lower. So either you increase the rent, so you can review the rent if it can be increased to more, or this is wrong. That's not the price you should pay for that property. And that's why it's important to do the numbers. Because I don't know if I can show you. Yes, I can show it to you. Well, it took me out. 1 second. I'll talk to them something.
Okay, guys, we are almost close to an hour mark. So we will try to,
We stay till 10 today.
I mean,
What was it
there
now?
are people that maybe they have something else to do. So we're trying to do.
Guys,
Luis is excited, so he wants to continue.
All right, well, again, you know.
It's so crazy to have these webinars. I like people in front of me. This is what you say, Nestor. Are you seeing the house? No.
You have to go to share.
Okay, let me show you this because that's probably what they did with this property. It's called RPR. It's a beautiful tool realtors we have, tells us the price without thinking too much. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. But in Miami, it's kind of like, okay, look at what it says. Oh, by the bank, the value of this house today, 710, no problem. They can even give you $937,000. So whoever put this price in his mind, so at 619 is a steal because you have $100,000 to repair it, and you might even get more money. But doesn't matter because we're not buying equity unless you like to buy equity. So it doesn't matter that you tell me I can sell it for more. I'm not even close to cash flowing. So what we will say, yes.
But with that kind of difference that it's not so high with the other one, with the $15,000 yearly, next year the property can be great in value and it's go to at least break even because the difference is not so much.
Yes, but my problem with that is like you say, today for me and for my investor, it's too risky to buy equity. Everybody's talking about so many bad news, so I wouldn't buy equity. At least when somebody tells me, Luis, why are you buying today? And the property is going to go down. Isn't the war going to end? Is it going to depression? Well, if I'm buying today and I'm cash flowing enough to pay my expenses and protect on the cash flow, I buy. Because it's true. The price, everybody's so scared of prices, everything is so down, interest is so high that it can only go up. I mean, the prices are not going to go down. We have inflation of what? If you go to a store, inflation is 20%. If you listen to the news, it's only like 8. But if you go to a store, whatever it was, it's inflation is 20%. So if you have the money in the bank, you're losing easily 15%. You have 500, 15%.
There is always an opportunity to buy an opportunity if you're losing money, but you need, like I think Arturo was saying, either change the loan, change
Yeah.
the price.
Let's change.
And if you're okay, you get, I don't know, a loan with only, 4% down, or you get, a reduction of the price, or seller's financing, something else. Maybe something
Yes,
works.
something had to happen here to make this deal. And that's another of the deals that we like a lot. Okay, something had to happen here. Because deal is not a deal. So, but at least you don't waste your time. So at least we're going to go, let's say we can decrease for 580. Oops, okay, don't do that. Because I'm the owner, I can do that, but don't do that.
Undo.
I'm trying to undo. Don't let me undo too much. Escape. Okay. Always work on the work. No, don't change the pro forma. It's not yours. You go to work on the blue lines. Let's put 580. And probably also this was done with a lower interest rate, and maybe it was making sense for another rate. But today, you're not going to get less than 10%. So we drop the price considerably. Still, the cash flow is bad. So guys, this is not a good deal. We gave you a bad deal to buy. Don't buy it. What you can do is what happened in Miami. You can have a hijito. Somehow you need to add a studio somewhere and charge more money.
Yeah, but it could incur in more expenses as well.
Yeah, no, not so much. Only on the fixed, but for the cash flow, let's make it with the numbers. The deal was bad. I don't think they're going to drop more. Yes, we need to drop more. But the deal with the numbers, either these rentals are not good, or they are thinking only in equity value. And I suggestion, I don't know, we can discuss it, but does anybody want to buy that deal with negative cash flow just in case it go up in price next year?
No, that's not a good business. That's not a good business decision, but there are a lot of people that they do that. And again, I mean, they have different money sources, they have other reserves, but on the basics, it's not a good deal.
Yeah, so that means that I mean, it was a real deal that sent it to me that day when I sent it out. I didn't analyze it till this morning.
Would you keep playing with the price to maybe send them a low ball offer?
Yes, that would be one thing, or that would be one thing, or if you really want the deal, I would play more, I think, with this number is what is killing you. How can I fix that? And that's in another class, we're going to talk about creative financing. You go to the owner and I say to the owner, okay, owner, you need to hold paper on me at 6%, because there's no bank in the world that give you that return.
Yeah.
So let's put at 6% and magic. Now you're cash flow positive.
Mm-hmm.
Now the owner is still getting the money he wants. Maybe you can pay him more. 620. Look, I'm not going to drop the price. Or 619, the same. I still pay you 620, but hold paper for me. You are going to have much less expenses on the loan, and you still cash flow.
Nice.
So, but now you need to negotiate with the owner. This happened a lot. Mr. Eve wants to say something?
Yeah. Tim.
Mr. Tim, thank you for being.
Hey guys.
We're going to have the big
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Good to see you guys. Thanks for having this. I thought I would put in my 2 cents here. Let's say this property was like in an unbelievable location and you really want to buy it. You know the numbers don't make sense,
Right.
but you just gotta have it, right? What I try and do is I try and get the owner on the phone and have them walk you through the numbers. Say, guys, I just ran the numbers. It doesn't work at 620. Why do you think I should give you 620? It doesn't work at 620. And make them sort of prove to you, and maybe they'll come up with some crazy idea that you didn't see, or they're going to be doing the numbers themselves and be like, oh shit, you're right. This doesn't work at 620. And you say, well, it works at 400. And you tell them, well, will you take 400 all cash? Maybe they say yes. Maybe they say no. Maybe you're talking to a broker and you say, broker, go take $400,000 offer to the owner right now. Get them on the phone, call them up, see if they'll take 400 because it's not worth 600. We just talked about it. So if the numbers don't work and you still really like it, doesn't mean it's long gone. It just means the numbers got to.
Yeah, and it's not about still like your team. I think if you can make it work, because if not other person take this initiative of talking to the owner will never sell and you will never buy it. So I think the point of just negotiating to see if it happens is very good.
Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't take long. You can run the number when you get good at this. You run the numbers in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Get them on the phone. 10 minutes later, you know if you got a deal or not. So if you really like it, I think it's worth pursuing. And you never know, they might come up with an idea. Maybe they say, oh, you can get 2 studios in there or something, right? You know, they might come up with an idea that you're not seeing.
Yeah, maybe even it has already a studio and they didn't put it because tell them many people when they're in MLS, they cannot put it because they don't want to put something illegal. So yes, definitely talk to the owner, talk to the person that gave you the numbers. These numbers don't work. Perfect idea.
Agree?
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, when we talk to the owner, in our example, we ask him for a different kind of loan, but obviously schmoozing with the seller and trying to, let's show them that we know what we know. It's also a good strategy. I agree.
Right.
Louis, you got the owner's phone number?
No, I got the wholesaler. This was a wholesaler deal.
Let's call the wholesaler. Ask him why his number's so high.
Not today, no, now, no, no.
Why not? He wants to make money. It's only 8.
No.
We might call him tomorrow then.
No, we call him right now. Say, why do you want 6?
I do the call.
We will do. Actually, maybe it's a great idea to tell you the truth.
I'll call. I don't mind talking to him. Hey, we looked at this property. How do you make it?
We'll do it.
He should know numbers.
Let's do tomorrow. We do it. We will tape the call and then we'll put it in for the people.
Let's do it right. Let's do it live.
I need to go and find out what the number is, team. I don't even know. One of my partners gave it to me.
Next time. Let's call.
I promise I bring you the phone number.
Do like a group review.
Now you're just telling me you are the negotiator. So guys, when you need a negotiator, you have somebody in the team. Just in the team, call team. If you have not gone to Squadron, go to Squadron, meet team. There is your negotiator.
It's fun,
That's
man. It gets fun.
Yes.
Because then they look foolish. They think they are going to get 600 and
no,
gotta prove it to you.
I always did that in the past when in real estate, when somebody offers something for a house, like why are we paying this? How do I make it work? I'm not going to be able to get a loan.
Were those the pictures of it? Is a gut reno?
Sorry?
It was a gut renovation. Were those the pictures you were showing?
No. That's another property. No.
Because sometimes they'll BS you on
for 50,000 we know physics. This one is one that.
No, it's just a 10,000 reno. It's just easy.
Yeah. No, it's not this one, and that's why we have the pictures.
Okay.
Okay. Very fast because we don't have time. We're going to go over in the next seminar, in the next Zoom. Okay, because we're right now. I mean, for me, cash on cash. That's the key. If we don't pass this test, why even care about the rest? Okay. So, but let's say we pass the test, although we're a bit low here. Cash on cash 4%. We need to see the equity. We want to be in numbers more than 6% here, no? Then on cap rate, I promise you guys, I'm going to do one Zoom only on cap rate. The more I read about cap rate, now we know what cap rate is, or at least what I've been selling. I mean, told, but I'm not going to get into the discussion now, not even with Tim. But no, when somebody tells you cap rates, they're talking about cash on cash. Usually, okay, not everybody, and they don't know what cap rate is. Cap rate, it depends on each area, this and that. Don't worry about cap rate yet. Learn cash on cash. And even I love IRR, and it's another term that is very confusing. It's longer, more than 1 year. Okay, but what we add in this calculator, because we can show you, we can prove you, and for you guys that are newbie and don't understand that or have not seen that, this is key. Look at what I put here, appreciation 167,000. That's a lot of appreciation, 25% appreciation. Why? Properties are not going up. And I don't know why it's still high here, but it should be a bit lower. Appreciation is based on the improvements we did. This is 25% of this. I think it's a bit high. It's still 167. I know we got 20. We got a major appreciation when we add 200,000 to a house. We don't get 200,000 or 100,000. We get at least 300 on $1 million deal. This is a smaller deal. 50 will get you 150. Yeah, that's what 167. Remember, you are changing all the painting, all the windows, all the floors, all the bathrooms. It's another house. You're not only adding 50,000. You're adding much more than that. And that's why when you go to IRR here and we're saying you add for the selling point in 13 months is my cash flow, whatever principal I pay, which will be zero in this kind of a loan, and the appreciation, you still get that, and you get this return on your investment. And that's key. We already said before, but I want to go fast. It doesn't matter about what I'm paying for the property. We didn't invest $600,000. We didn't invest $1 million. We only put 186,000. The down payment and the repairs. That's the money we put into the deal. So if I'm able to sell it for this price, I'm making but if I'm able to sell it for 770, just the income purchase here. Wrong. That's too much. Let's see, 6.5 more. 6 is too much. A bit more. 75. I'm able to sell the property for 770, which is adding the value I said. Then we make this profit, which is not so appealing. We make only 8%. So it's still even lowering the rate to a very good rate. No, we still need to lower this deal. We still need to lower the asking price to make it worth it. If you don't make at least 100,000 in the deal, in a 600,000 deal, it usually is a deal breaker for us. We need $100,000 to split with everybody, because always there's going to be some surprises cost. So I only will be happy if, remember, we're paying commissions here, closing cost. 63 is the minimum, 20%. That will be kind of like a minimum to start considering the deal. And again, we don't want to play so much with the numbers. It's about it that this was a bad deal.
On paper.
On paper. So guys, wrapping it up because I already took more than 20 minutes of your time. Anybody has a question? Okay, we'll send information. Remember, we meet next Tuesday in the squadron. Please go to the squadron. You're going to meet amazing people that do the business.
Next squadron meeting is the asset protection.
Okay.
For $15, you get a 3-course meal. Please go and sign up in either Eventbrite or Meetup. We're still having a couple of like 5.
Yeah, whoever wants to go to the dinner learning asset protection,
which is very
please,
important for.
if you're not in the meetup group yet, because you are with my group, just please ask me, call me, text me. I send you the link so you can go. It's a different type of event they're doing this time. It's a sit-down dinner, but we're going to learn a lot about asset protection, having a good dinner. Guys, again, any question? If not, let's go so we can go to keep learning and doing something. 1, 2, 3.
You're done.
Guys, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for everything.
Thank you very much.
Not at all.
No.